Yeah, I'm curious. Let's move into the season a little bit. And look, obviously, the big topic, unfortunately, for baseball has been the Astros the whole off season. I'm curious, how the season goes, how players react to them, Frank, because I can't remember a time when, opposing players were so openly volatile about the Astros. I mean, I cannot remember a time when players have gone up against players publicly as much as I can this offseason. How do you think they will be treated? How long do you think this will go on with that kind of specter over their head, Frank?
Well, the virus, as negative as it's been for all of us, I think it's more positive for the Houston Astros than anyone because they got to clear their heads and their minds. Spring training, it was ugly. I mean, there were guys beating on trash cans in the stands. I mean, doing things that I've never seen before in baseball ever. But they get to clear their mind a little bit. And one thing about the Astros, they are superior talented. These guys will be ready to play. We can't look at that roster and say, oh, just because they cheated that, they can't play the game of baseball. They are locked and loaded. Losing their top starting Garrett Cole in my eyes because you got Verlander now down with surgery. They still got a very good, interesting team this season. They can beat anyone also.
Yeah, and adding to that, Frank, I think, look, I've been lightning rod for a really long time in my baseball career, and there was many times that I was begging and praying for a timeout, even a 20-second timeout, right? And it never came, and especially in New York. I mean, the pressure just kept compounding, and to be able to get a break, obviously for a horrific reason to get a break, very unfortunate. But I think Frank is right. I think they get a chance to catch their breath, change the narrative a little bit, and it gives them an opportunity to get their heads right and come back and be ready to go. I think this is a very, very big year. I think everybody will be watching. And I can't tell you guys if they're going to be back in the World Series or be in last place. This is going to be a character season for the Houston Astros.
Will this, Alex, affect their performance? In other words, look, we envision them as, if not the best, certainly one of the best teams in the league. Do you think the pressure will hinder their performance in terms of wins if they're healthy?
It all depends on their mindset, Kevin. I've seen so many people come into New York, and when I first got there, I had a friend, Mike Borzello, who you both know, said, hey, the pinstripes are heavier than they look. And I kind of just laughed about that. And in 2004, my first year there, I said, boy, I'll tell you what, Mike Borzello's right. The heat is hotter in this kitchen. It's different in New York. There's more media. There's more everything. And I think even though Houston is not in New York, they're going to feel New York type heat and pressure. And I love the pressure. I love kind of being the villain. I know others like Barry Bonds and Alex Bregman. There's some players out there, Frank, you love going on the road and shutting the opposing crowd up. We don't know who Houston is. They have a lot to prove to themselves and to the world of baseball. Come say hi. They can't see you from there.
Oh.
KB and Frank.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
We see a hand. Hi.
Come in, honey. Bardia says he's going to get you in trouble because there's a baseball show.
Jennifer, how you doing?
Bardia, KB said, how you doing? Frank says hi.
Hi, guys.
Bardi's going to fire you,
Hello.
producer. Sorry.
Yeah.
Alex. What Alex was saying earlier, what's great about Houston right now, they got a different voice. We talked about it earlier. Doug Baker. He can bring men together. Yeah. He's always brought men together. It's good to have a voice going in this situation with these guys, and they will be ready to play. Like we said earlier, they're superior talented. Don't count out the Houston Astros, even though it's going to be tough going to every opposing ballpark and dealing with all that heat.
Hey, Frank, I want to second that because a really, really smart move by Jim Crane. I don't think you can find a person on the planet that can handle a situation like that better than Dusty Baker. He's going to have his double wristbands. He's going to have his toothpick. He's going to bring the swagger, the championships. He's the best.